Yo, what up? This is your boy Guru back with a new video, and I have two replays for you in the Pantera P.44 Tier 8 medium tank from the Italian line. This is going to be interesting if you're grinding up this line. Now, if you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing and turning on your notifications, especially if you're here for the mod pack videos, and also consider giving this video a like if you learned something, if you took something from it. Now we are in Studenski, and the next video is going to be on Tundra. Let's check it out. Now, the reason why I'm not going up north and taking up that little hill there is because we have a artillery M4043, is that what it's called, on the enemy team, and it's not a good idea to get there. This tank is not really good in terms of resisting artillery shells, so that's not a good thing. Now we have this guy here totally disrespecting the meta, and he needs to pay for it, and he gets taken out. I totally rushed him out there because he shouldn't be doing something like that. We have to take care of him immediately, and now we are looking for shots in the north. There is a Scorpion G on our side overwatching the north, but that's not good enough. We can't really give them the northern flank because if we lose the northern flank, it's going to be really bad for us. So what I want to do is actually see if I can make it to the northern side of the map when there is an opportunity to do that. Right now we are leading by two tanks, so it might be a good time for me to move on. Look at this gun. It's going to take me 1, it's going to take me 2, it's going to take me 3 shots to eliminate this guy. We're still up by two tanks, 6-4. If you're not familiar with the Pantera is basically a carbon copy of the Progetto 46, basically 212 penetration, exact same DPM, 1877 DPM on this tank. That does 240 damage. Yeah, basically it's the same thing, except it has a slower, it's got half a second slower intra clip, which means it fires 2.5 seconds instead of 2 seconds per shot on the Progetto 46. That's the difference between these two tanks, but they're very similar. And now you saw me taking up the north now because you can't let them flank you, you can't give them any other side. If there's no one here, somebody's gonna do it. I took a calculated risk to get across here, and it worked out for me. I need to get safe here if I can. Who put this rock here? But anyway, we did manage to get safe, and very lucky to. We're gonna bounce a shot here. Just reversing a little bit too much, showing my ass, but thankfully there was an incredible angle there, and we managed to get a bounce. Now let's try and get to this little island here and see if we can get safe. 2 very lucky shots there. Shooting on the move, it doesn't happen a lot, but basically, like I said, this is a carbon copy of the Progetto 46, slightly inferior, just a tad bit inferior compared to the Progetto 46. Basically, in terms of the, like I mentioned earlier, half a second, you shoot half a second slower. Also the gun handling, although the aim time is exactly the same, 2.01 seconds, the dispersion also same, 0.32. The difference is in the dispersion on the move, and the dispersion while traversing the hull, the dispersion while traversing the turret, just slightly worse. Now I'm gonna see if I can fight this Primo Victoria, or is it a Centurion? But basically his hull down is going to be difficult for me to do anything to him. I'm very fortunate there to track this guy there. I didn't mean to track him, I was just trying to get some damage, but I was fortunate to track him and finish him off. Now if If I didn't finish him off, I would have been in a crossfire between that Primo Victoria and that T28, and between the two of them I would have been dead basically. But really fortunate there. I'm going to pre-aim this and wait for him to poke over, fire the shot and pull back. So he won 1 and I won 1, and now basically he's a one shot. We can just close down the distance and the game is over. So that was the game. I'm in my HUD account, Hunt Me Down account. So I do have this tank in my main account, but I haven't played this tank in a long time. I thought I'd make a video in this tank, and these are basically my 2 games in this tank. This tank is super good, especially if you don't have a Progetto 46. A Pantera 44 is just as good. You can basically have fun as a free-to-play player. You might not earn a lot of credits playing this tank, because it's not a premium tank, but you're certainly going to have a lot of fun. And this line of tanks in the Italian tech tree, the tier 6, tier 7 is pretty good. Starting from the tier 6 and tier 7, they're pretty good, but from tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10 onwards, from tier 8 onwards basically, you are getting a superior tank. Basically the Pantera 44, Standard V and the Progetto 65 are keepers. You want to keep these tanks with relatively good crews if you can. 2-3 skill crews is sufficient. You can put in brand new crews in there, maybe grind credits on other tanks, get 6 million, 8 million credits and buy 4 crew books that you can invest into this crew if you're gonna keep this tank. And this tank is totally worth keeping. I completely tracked that guy there. I earned some damage and I also earned some spotting damage maybe, so that worked out well for me. Now this is in Tundra. We are in a tier 9 game, so in this in a mid-tier, bottom tier kind of game, you don't really want to be too aggressive in the early game. You want to see if you can snipe and just try to steal some damage, wear the team down before you get aggressive in the mid to late game. Now we are up by 2 tanks in this game, so it's time to make a move. Otherwise, if you don't get aggressive in the right time, you are going to miss out on the potential damage that you can get. I get caught out there from the Revolurise, but I managed to land a couple of shots on him. There's 2 shots there. I take another shot from him. I shouldn't have, but I do land another one in return. He's got to run away. He's got no game here. He's basically got crossfire. He's got to leave, and we are up by 2 tanks, 5-3, and I can be a little bit more aggressive here. As soon as I'm fully loaded, I can just basically clip out someone and rinse and repeat, continue clipping out any tanks that I can see. Basically, I'm just coming up here to spot if I can, and this guy, he shouldn't be right here trying to flank in this position. He's a powerful 430U. He shouldn't be playing in this kind of positions where he's on his own, cross-fired, and basically I got some free damage there. Now I'm just creeping up, see what I can spot. There is someone on the Alpha 1 position, so I need to be careful, make sure that I don't have any line of sight to him, so if I can't shoot him, he can't shoot me either. There's one more tank down there. It looks like it's a pattern, so I need to be careful. If I'm spotted or anything, I need to try and get myself in the low ground and in a hull down position. Now I'm definitely going to be spotted here. This guy is tracked, so I can take my time to aim at him and finish him off before he can turn his turret at me. I think I can finish him off. Yes, I do. Now I'm driving in this location, going towards the M48 pattern. Sorry, M47, is that right? The tier 9 pattern. Because I'm in a low ground here, I'm fairly safe from that guy, so I I don't want him to have free shots on me if I can. And it looks like my teammate in the Leopard PTA is very pensive. He's not aggressive at all. He can trade one-on-one with that pattern, and he could trade some HP and finish him off, but he's not doing it, so I'm just gonna rush in.
Surprise, motherfucker!
That's right, surprise. Before he can react, we can finish him off, and that's just GG. And I just got a lot of free damage for it, over 3k plus damage. I'm just gonna fast forward this, and basically game is over just by timing your pushes right, timing your positioning right. This game and playing this kind of tank is more about timing your aggressiveness. You need to be aggressive in order to get damage, but you don't want to be overly aggressive and expose yourself for no reason and take damage for no reason. But when you see that your team is doing pretty well, you need to get in there quick to get your share of the damage. So managing your timing is the important part when you're playing the Pantera 44. Hope you took something good from this video, learned something. If you have, please do consider giving this video a like. I do appreciate it a lot. It helps my channel out a lot, and I will thank you in advance for it. And hope you are gonna keep the Pantera 44 just like I do in my live account. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.